We're fast approaching that time of the year when TV networks unveil their plans for the upcoming fall season. Which TV shows stay, which ones go, and which ones make it past pilot season. While not all of the networks have done their unveiling as of press time, CBS's plans for the fall was leaked out a few weeks ago. The usual suspects were picked up for another season, including stalwarts like FBI, CIA, Tracker, Marshals, all of the NCIS shows. Relative newcomers like the reboot of Matlock, Elsbeth, and both Fire and Sheriff Country all got picked up for another season. As did their reality shows. Another cycle of Survivor, Big Brother, and The Amazing Race are scheduled to premiere. Lost in the shuffle of all these renewals, however, is something that few people seem to want to notice: the network's almost complete lack of any new comedy programs making the schedule. We say almost because the network still has faith in Chuck Lorre and his Big Bang Theory spin-off factory thanks to the renewal of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, but not as much faith in the long-running Ghosts, which got its premiere pushed back to mid-season of 27. In its time slot on Thursday nights this fall is a show from the creators of Ghosts called Eternally Yours, a series about two married vampires. This brings CBS's sitcom load for the fall of 26 to a grand total of 2. 3 if you count Ghost's eventual return. This begs the question: does CBS even have a sense of humor anymore? It's bad enough that they killed off their late-night programming in exchange for making money from Byron Allen's syndication unit, but this is a TV network that practically had its foundation built on great comedy over the decades. Lucille Ball, Jack Benny, George Burns, Gracie Allen, and Jackie Gleason in the golden days of television. Carol Burnett, Norman Lear, Bob Newhart, and Mary Tyler Moore pioneering a paradigm shift in the 1970s. Designing Women, Murphy Brown, Kate and Allie, and The Nanny, among other sitcoms with strong female leads leading the way in the 80s and 90s. And yes, even Chuck Lorre with the 1-2 punch of Two and a Half Men and The Big Bang Theory leading the way in the 21st century, for better or worse. If only time would permit us to mention the likes of David Letterman, Ray Romano, Dick Van Dyke, Andy Griffith, Jim Nabors, Kevin James, and an endless parade of comic figures who kept America laughing. So much so that at one point, the network actually branded their Monday night comedy lineup as CBS, the Comedy Broadcasting System. The network's choice to skew their schedule to one that's predominantly dramas and reality-based is not unprecedented. NBC is currently testing out the theory that people are willing to watch nothing but sports in prime time, thanks in no small part to owning the rights to baseball and basketball once again. ABC once devoted its entire primetime schedule to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire until severe viewer fatigue set in. And in the first full year of its existence, the UPN network felt it could get away with a predominantly action-based schedule, with sitcoms being an afterthought. Listen to our UPN November shows from a couple years ago for a recap on why that didn't work out. All TV networks need to have diversified schedules. The right mix between comedy, drama, action, reality, sports, news, specials, and other programming that harkens to the notion that there's something for everybody. Even if they don't watch the networks all 7 days in a row, that's one of the good things that remains about TV. As much as the quality of some things have declined over the years, the quantity on what to watch has never been higher. Perhaps this move is CBS's way of counter-programming all the cable networks out there that devotes themselves to playing day-long marathons of certain shows. We won't even begin to speculate on just how many of them carry round-the-clock reruns of NCIS, let alone streaming fast channels that do the same thing for other shows. While we do concede that there are a lot of choices to be made out there, it should not take away from the fact that there needs to be more of a variety within TV networks on an individual standpoint. And we hope that CBS realizes the error of their ways by the time the fall of 2027 takes shape, if not sooner. Having a TV network without any comedy is like CBS without the letter C, and we'll leave it to you to figure out the remaining letters. We think CBS should have more sitcoms on the air next year. What do you think? Comment on our socials at TelehellPodcast, or if you wish to make an audio reply, send a 2-minute MP3 or M4A clip to telehellpodcast@gmail.com. This has been a Telehell editorial.